First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Overseas.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up, good people? You already know who it is. It's your two favorite guys from your favorite pod's favorite pod.
Yes, sir.
The 3-Man Weave podcast. You got your guy Cannon, Washington fan in despair. And with me as always, I got my guy
AJ, Mr. Bengals fan in complete shock. What the fuck was that?
Hey man. Hey, heavy lies the head that wears the crown.
Hey, I guess, we was the phony king. We just had it at the time. So
so Tiger King. So episode 129, man.
Episode 129.
Look, how can they find us?
They can find us on YouTube at the 3-Man Weave podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell button. It's down there at the bottom. So when you go in, hit the subscribe button, click that bell that's right next to it, and you can make sure you catch all of our most recent content. And you can even go back and stream some of the old shit too. Catch some of them old takes that we said and see what we was talking about, and see how some of them things hit. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Or not.
Because we ain't 1,000% at the plate. I can tell you that.
That's a fact.
So make sure you follow us at 3-Man Weave _ on Instagram and Twitter. Come join the Facebook group. We need y'all in the Facebook group. We got a whole bunch of fun stuff going in there. So any questions you have, you can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Shout out to my guy Mark. We see you in the building. Eric, Big E, what's happening? Hey man, where we gonna start? I wanted to start on a positive note. So let's just go ahead. We wanted to take some time. We had a good episode last week. If you haven't caught it, make sure you go watch it on YouTube. Dads do it too.
Yeah.
But now we were able to kind of get a week.
Yeah.
And really sit with this, process it, and assess it.
Yeah.
For Lauren too, man. How do we feel about Wale's new album?
I like the new album, man. I wanted to, take some time to sit with it. One, because I consider myself like a bigger Wale fan than the average person. So, a lot of Wale's music people don't appreciate or they don't consider it good. So it's like I'm hearing rave reviews of, a lot of people who wouldn't normally say that Wale had a good album are saying like, the album is fire. So I'm listening to it and the album is definitely fire. I feel like classic Wale, he covered a lot of bases. He has a wide range of topics that he can, talk about and actually come through with some good bars on. My one takeaway from it is just growth, man. I just see growth as an artist. And I also see him trying some different things, which I really, really like.
Right.
I don't agree with a lot of people that it's Wale's best album. I don't even know what Wale's best album is, because to me, he's like a feel artist. It's like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's how you feeling at the time might be one of his best albums. So it's like, I think it's up there. I can't say if it's the best yet. I still need more time.
Right. And so I'm kind of one of those people, but you know how I feel. I'm not saying that just, widespread consensus that it's his best album. Just to me personally, this is
Mm-hmm.
his album that I enjoyed the most. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
considering it an album because of how it's released. You know, nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of gray between what's a
Yeah.
mixtape, what's an album. Everything is kind
Yeah.
of just like a project. And what
Mm-hmm.
I will say is for it to be an album, you know, when you
Mm-hmm.
have your albums, you have to kind of do a little bit for everything.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't more about nothing. This isn't some of
Yeah.
those mixtapes
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
where he
That's
can
facts.
do what he wants to do.
That's
And so
facts.
for this, it gives you a little bit of everything. He kind of caters to different like Jarvis said right here. He had to pander a little bit, but he stayed
Mm-hmm.
himself.
Yeah.
Like
I
unfortunately,
agree with that.
I skip poke it out every single time. And
Mhm. Me too. Me too.
we all know I'm a Cole fan. So I don't
Me
even poke it out gets no play from me. But
none for me. But
I love the
the
album.
culture
And
loved it.
of course, and it serves its purpose. Everybody's coming out with a song that they can play, like that they can get going viral on TikTok
Yeah.
like things that people can post videos to. But what I will say, my favorite track on this album is the most DC thing on here is "Jump In," the go go joint. Like that shit is so fire, man. I love that shit.
That joint is fire though.
I love that shit.
I do
Like,
like jump in with my boy from TOB on there.
and then I like the
Um
joint "Angles" with Chris Brown, and you know,
I Fluctuate might be one of my favorite joints though, man.
"Fluctuate" is tough.
Yeah,
"Fluctuate" is tough.
I like Fluctuate, and I like Tiffany Nike, and I like New Balances,
I was about to
and
say New Balances is such a dope ass way for this album
yeah,
to start. I
facts,
feel
man.
like it. Like I
Yeah,
feel like this was
yeah,
a
yeah,
complete project, and that's why I say I think for it to be an album
yeah.
per se where he has to touch all these different genres,
Hmm.
I still feel like he gave you the essence of Wale. I still feel like he didn't veer
Yeah,
off too much to try and pander, even though, like you said, he had to do Poke It Out. And even with Poke It Out, it's still like
and
with J. Cole.
that's a tribute to Dilla too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely. And so I
hmm
think, you know, he was still able to have his creative imprint on this all while being mainstream as well.
yeah,
And like you said, it's um it's definitely a good cohesive project from top to bottom. I don't really think that there's like, although I do skip Poke It Out, I don't think it's a
hmm
song where
yeah,
I would just
yeah.
skip.
Because it's me personally, I don't
Yeah,
like those type of songs.
right. It's just
Um,
because it's like
but it is,
I don't want to hear mainstream from you.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
I like once again we the down
I was
south.
about to say that we
Whew,
did not mention Hills,
whew.
and that's what I think one of Hill's favorite tracks.
Yeah, and it's what like
Um,
you because you know like I
and that's
think
just
like we
pure
love that
flow on
south
there.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's just pure flow on there, and I like the fact that he brought Maxo and Beezy on there. And Maxo killed it, man.
Maxo killed that shit.
He killed
He
it,
was
bro.
talking.
Yeah,
Maxo's album is
yeah,
tough too.
yeah,
Like let's not
yeah,
forget that also. So definitely want to give him that. But you know, like I said, I did want to touch on this Wale album. I
yeah,
think this was tough. And one thing I do not like about Wale though is just how he acts on Twitter. The week that it
yeah.
dropped, he said came out said I gave people, you know, a classic and they didn't want to acknowledge. I'm
He
like, Wale,
just, bro.
like
That is my one. That's my one knock on Wale is he he takes things too personal.
yep,
Um, but I was having a conversation with somebody, and they said that if you think about pure artists over the course of history, like somebody like Van Gogh, like they said that about him, like he didn't like what people thought about his work, which he didn't. They didn't get a lot of his work until after he was gone
right.
because of that. Um, and but I don't know what it is about him, man. At shows, Wale cries sometimes. He's said multiple times before that he's done. He's not gonna do it anymore.
Right.
And it's like I don't know what it is. Like you're still trying to capture a fan base that's never gonna love you, and so let it go, bro. You have a core fan base that
And I
stuck with you. Just do it for them, bro, and that's it.
and that's the thing that I've never really got about certain artists where you have cult followings, not just you
Mhm.
have fans, you have a cult following. You have, as they say, a hive.
Mm-hmm.
and you so busy trying to get to these new people instead of really just focusing on who you have behind you and
Yeah.
allow the others to catch up. Sometimes people just slow to catch up. If you continue to focus on those people that really fuck with you, people will catch up. Just like
Mm-hmm.
like another one of my guys, Larry June, just performed in D.C., well, Maryland. So he
Yeah.
just performed out there, and a lot of people. Larry June's an acquired taste for some people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Larry June gonna give you an album damn near once a month, every other month, whatever the case may be, and he doesn't deviate. But it's always something different because he
Mm-hmm.
knows these people fuck with me. They always
Mm-hmm.
gonna listen. Another person I think like that is one of the most underrated rapper
Spitter.
ever. That's Currency.
Yeah. Spitter been dropping nothing but work his
Currency been
whole
dropping
career.
nothing but heat his whole
Yeah.
career. After he kind of split from Young Money, he never like sought for radio play or anything like that. But he's living
He
his
just
best
markets
life
directly to his crew, man. Like
exactly, and he's
the
going
whole
directly to
jet life,
consumer,
man.
and you're able to. Like, I don't know if he's still independent, but you're able to make a lot off of your
Yeah.
independent
He
artistry that way
he's
because
paid for sure.
right, you're able to make a lot off of your independent artistry because now you don't have a whole bunch of people taking cuts. You might have a distribution deal, stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
even still, you don't necessarily need that if you really focus on your core fan base because now when you do shows, they gonna show up and you don't have a record label taking a cut of your show money. The plays that you get on YouTube, you're not busting that down, even though you're getting pennies on a dollar, like not even pennies on a dollar. You're getting less than a penny,
Right.
but you're not necessarily
Uh,
greasing other palms in
People
order to
clicking
get
that
that.
button while he sleep, bro.
Exactly. So I think a lot of people need to take note. Of course, some artists need that machine behind
Yeah.
them, and some
Yeah.
artists don't have that cult fan base behind them and they need that help.
Mm-hmm.
But if like I said with Wale, you have that.
Yeah.
People like what you do. And Wale, he's been around so much and he's been on so many things that he has a good base of hits that when something comes out, people are gonna click. People are gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
for all the people that always talk about, oh, Drake is emotional and stuff like that, man, hey, we got to let them jokes rest
Yeah.
because Wale and Meek Mill some of the most
Yeah.
emotional
And
people on social
even
media ever.
if you watch his episode with Drink Champs, which is
Yeah,
a good episode, but it's just even still like Nori was trying to give him a compliment, couldn't even give him a compliment. It's like because you're so insecure sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Just like, dang, just sometimes you gotta listen, bro. Sometimes to be a great leader, you just gotta shut up and listen. And
you
you,
can't
like you
do that.
said, you have a cult followers, a group of following, or hive, or whatever you want to call it. Listen to them for once, bro. You didn't need to go on Twitter and talk about what you gave people, bro. Let your work
Exactly, and like
speak for itself.
don't tell me you just gave us a classic and your album dropped on Friday and it's Saturday.
Cause I ain't even had it. I might have wanted to listen to it and I ain't even had a chance yet. You're not even giving me
Bro,
a chance.
even
Then I
things
go
that
on Twitter and you cooking me. I'm like,
exactly.
bro, I'm tired. I'm tired
Fuck
of
you.
bro.
Like you lucky I like the music or I shouldn't listen to this shit no more. And then it won't be a classic because I ain't never gonna listen to it again. But
Mm.
what I will say
Eric just
is
nailed it though.
what do you say?
I always thought that's why his music is the way it is, because that those things that we're nitpicking him about is the reason that he has those concepts that a lot of rappers don't touch on. So it's
Uh-huh.
like I think that's what brings
And
it to him.
it's also one of the things that, like I said, as we talk about, how your insecurities fuel you. That's also, like I said, one of the reasons why I felt Drake has kind of fallen off on his quality of music because he don't feel it as much.
He
He's
got nothing
almost
to it.
he's almost like he's the unconquered king right now, and so he's just sitting back getting fat, and he's not
But hey man,
into it.
ain't his
He's
fault.
100%.
It
So
happens to all the kings at one point.
oh, of course, of course, of course.
Mhm.
Um, I like this. Whereas Wale should act more like Tyler to his fans. Tyler
100% himself. He don't
Tyler has
give a
always
damn.
been 100%
Yeah.
himself. The shit like he and Tyler, he don't care. He's gonna do whatever he wants. He's also a creative genius. He's also going to push the line, push the envelope, but he's gonna give you quality music every single time. And
Hmm.
he don't give a fuck about the awards, the
Yeah.
accolades, and stuff like that because he
Yeah.
knows that it's gonna speak for itself. And even when people challenge him, like that shit that DJ Khaled said, Tyler was like, "Bro, fuck you! Like this shit hard, and I'm I'm
Mhm.
I'm the one." And
Yeah.
so, but he knows he has. Tyler knows that he has like a like I said, I don't even know if like what's above a cult. Like he has that type of fan base, and they really go hard for him. And so what I did want to ask you, Cannon,
Hmm.
do you like "Change Clothes" by Jay Z?
No, I don't. I hate that song.
I hate that song too. It's the most to me. It's the most pointless song by Jay
Yeah,
Z.
I hate change clothes. I hate that joint and the other one that was kind of like it. The song that made everybody wear button up, was that change clothes that made everybody
Nah,
wear button up? It was another one.
shit. What was that? This is how I know I don't like it because I hate that shit too.
I,
But it like, and
I don't like all Jay. I don't like every single Jay. I don't like a lot of Jay Z's commercial tracks.
oh, I same. I'm same there. And as some people may know, I'm actually not really the biggest Jay Z fan, but I
Hmm.
like Jay Z is kind of like Kobe to me, where
Hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan.
But you
I
respect
I
it.
I understand why people are say the things that they say, but to me, I'm just not there.
Shout
But
out to
I
Ho for making the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too.
oh
While we
yeah,
on the
that's
Ho.
dope. That's dope. And you see, he gave that olive branch out to Dame, right?
Yeah, it might be Give It to Me, but it's not Give It to Me. I think I like Give It to Me somewhat. I can deal with that, but I don't really like. I don't necessarily like Big Pimpin'. I didn't like.
I just like Big Pimpin' for Bun B and Pimp C. I
I
wish
don't
that.
even like their verses because
I,
it's commercial for them too. Like
oh, it's commercial for
that's
them,
not
but
how they really spit. So I don't know. Um, But nah, on whole speech though, that joint was funny when he said that Barack had called him and he was like, "Look, bro, it's the fourth quarter. I need you to be Pippin. I'm Jordan." And Ho said, "I'm thinking to this nigga like I'm Jordan. Like,
Jordan,
fuck is this nigga talking
what
about?"
you talking about?
It's like that's probably the first time that someone sunned him and he had to just he had to take it
Kind of
because
got to take it.
anybody else he'd have been like, "Nah, bro, I'm Jordan," but he's like, "Nah, you right, I'll be pipping on this one, man."
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to.
Hmm.
But I think I'm trying to think. There was I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but Pimp C. That's one of the reasons why. Like I said, I like it. I like Big Pimpin', although it was commercial, even for
Hmm.
Jay Z, Jay Z and UGK.
Hmm.
It did a lot for UGK
It did do a lot for them.
because UGK at that time were underground kings. It's
Hmm.
literally you in the South. That's where you know them. It
Hmm.
did get it. It did give them a little bit more national acclaim, but I also still think that they stayed true. It's almost just
Oh
like
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
absolutely.
So it's kind of like that. So it sometimes just because a song goes national doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you went national or that's a mainstream song. It's just like I was saying about Wale, mainstream caught up, and I
Hmm.
think that's usually what needs to happen with a lot of these artists. Don't go mainstream, let mainstream catch up. Don't switch to something that don't do something that's out of your comfort zone to try and fit
Don't
into the
cross over.
mainstream.
Bring the suburbs to the hood.
Exactly, because when you do that and it's out of your comfort zone, now they're gonna keep asking you to be more. They're gonna keep asking you to do what you did to be mainstream. And I said, Jay Z is Kobe to me, Eric. So
Yeah,
all
yeah,
before you
yeah.
get all up in
Oh,
the bunch,
yeah.
I said it because to me personally,
That's his. Yeah.
To me
You don't
personally,
have to have him
yeah,
as Michael Jordan, bro.
yeah. To me on that hierarchy, that like where I see it, that's just how it is. Just
And
because
anybody could say that. Someone could say that Nas is Michael Jordan, or Drake is
exactly.
Michael Jordan, and you cannot argue them.
They,
So it is what it is.
it, why is anybody killing me for a J like just how I see it? And
Yeah. He didn't even say anything bad about it. He just said
exactly.
to him. People don't like that to him, but that's a you. He's saying this is my opinion. When I say to me, this is my opinion. If I say no period or bottom line, I'm saying that's a matter of a fact, and we're not saying anything that's a matter of a fact. Everything that we've said so far tonight about music, from Wale to
and
UGK to Bun B to Tyler the Creator, has been all opinion.
and
These
nobody
views are brought to you by
and nobody has to
the good folks at 310.
and nobody has to be MJ in this, because I wasn't saying in the hierarchy of the Mount Rushmore Jay-Z is
Mhm.
Kobe. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying my feelings about Jay-Z
I got it.
are.
I got it 100% when you said it, bro.
Thank you, Hill. It only took Hill to come in and say I made a simple comparison, and it sends everyone up into no. Like, I'm not saying Jay-Z is Kobe. I'm just saying my personal
But what's
opinion,
wrong with him being it, even if it
because
was?
because
That's my
because one because
thing.
once again people take it a little bit too far. I'm not saying that, oh, he's Kobe. No, I'm not saying that, because I can understand. I'm just saying like how I feel about.
No, we get it.
No, no,
We
no. I
get
get it, but I just want to clear it up,
it.
because everybody's saying I'm gonna get killed. Like, nah, like nobody's gonna kill me about
that's
it,
just
because
that's just
you
Eric
can't,
and
you
Mark, man.
you can't kill me about my opinion. Like if
No, because Mark feel the same way as you about Hove. So it's like
and like I've told y'all before, I don't argue goats back and forth with people,
there's no
because
point.
there's no way I'm gonna change your mind. And that's the only,
There's no
like
way.
because we're
There's
just
no
gonna be
way.
arguing. I want to be in a debate. And sometimes a debate you can possibly sway somebody's opinion,
I
even
don't
if
even
you,
debate music, period, even if it's not goats. Because if you
yeah.
tell me you feel like someone is the illest, there is no way that I can sway you that they're not. So I just let you, even if they're not a goat. If you say they're the illest, then they are, bro.
Congratulations, man. 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's all, none of this shit is fact based. None of this shit is fact based. It's all opinion. I like, even if it's even if people come to the consensus that, oh, this is the consensus, there's always going to be someone who can give a reason and like some like reasons why this shouldn't be consensus, because hey, what about this? Why are we looking at it this way, etc. So
Oh, and you mentioned earlier, and I would be remiss if I let this slide. You brought up that Hove extended the olive branch. Also today on social media, Dame
Dame sent
accepted.
it back. Yeah,
He accepted it. So it's like, thank God, like finally, like they can put that aside, and hopefully one day they can do something together. Because I feel like it will only be right, because we can never, like Jay said, what they did will never be duplicated. That was
yeah,
history, and it's
absolutely.
like,
It was
think of just like so many hustlers in the game now. It's all of it's the Khaled's, everybody that we see. It's like it's all possible because those three brothers was willing to step out and give us the blueprint for that, and not us in particular, but just it's been a lot of black entrepreneurship since then. That's one of the first, besides P and Diddy, one of the first ones we really see to do it, especially from the
absolutely.
street.
And
So
and like and I'm glad you brought them up, because I just wanted, like I was gonna say, we definitely have to give him, P Diddy,
yeah.
uh like those that's like, I would say, nah, I'm not gonna put him in it, but I think those are the ones that kind of just like literally start bringing a whole like hordes of people,
Hmm.
hordes of black people, and putting them in a position where they can
Yeah.
start making money.
Facts.
And for a lot of people, when we talk about generational wealth, we think of it as making millions and millions of dollars. But where we come from, $100,000 is generational wealth, because how many people have actually seen that, you know,
I've been able
amount of
to
money
touch it.
in a short amount of time?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like it takes people years to make that type of money.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna say Dre, but I actually I was like, to me, it would have been more Suge Knight than Dre, because I think Suge Knight was the one who was the architect of it, in
He
that
was the
mold
architect.
of J, Diddy, P,
Yeah,
and stuff like that,
yeah,
because Death Row was his.
yeah,
Dre was able to continue,
yeah.
but it was Suge Knight was the one who brought, like, he had the original vision and kind of put a lot of that stuff together to make that type of money,
Hmm.
where it goes large scale. So I mean, it's definitely, yeah, JD, so def, yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah,
But once again, like, NWA was definitely before Death Row, but Death Row
yeah.
was the
They were the machine.
yeah, it was the catapult. So
Yeah.
that's why I said, like, I understand what you're saying, but I just think, to me, that was the catapult, and really pushed them to a different level. Um, but man, I think we always say this, and I just think music is in such a good place right now.
Yeah, man. It's been so many good projects this year, bro. It's been ridiculous.
And we still have some good shit to come. And
Yeah,
like, y'all know, I'm like, as much as I love rap, but I'm also like super R&B dude
yeah.
too.
You super duper R&B.
And so it's just been some good ass music to drop. Like, I'm still Tyler still getting play for me.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole still getting play for me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's some shit from early,
Yeah.
early
I still be
on
playing
in the
Baby
year.
and Dirk, man.
Yeah,
They
babe,
still
like
get
Voice
played
of the
for me.
Heroes. I think I think it's just some really good shit that has dropped this year, and I
Established G.
yeah, I think I can yeah, Cash Money. Let's not forget, but y'all know me. I've always been 3-6 over Cash Money and No Limit, because to me,
But I
three
like
six.
I like them all. But
Oh, no, no, I'm not saying.
one,
I'm just saying personally, like, to me,
but
three six is
once
just
again, if you were asked those people, like at the time, like New York rap was their blueprint. So it's like they saw like
yeah,
that's why DJ Paul and them was like, yo, we need to own this. Like, you feel me? Same thing for Baby and them. It's like someone Master P gave them the blueprint. So it's like,
exactly. It's just like, when you see it, take it and run with it. Don't be hating
mm-hmm,
and asking why a motherfucker can get somewhere and you ain't there. Run, like, hey, learn.
yeah.
Take. Hey, not. But here,
Yeah, I was
Tyler,
about to, yeah.
this shit, like,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler he's a musical genius, and what
Mm-hmm.
people fail to realize, outside of all, like, the jokes and the fun and the antics and shit, he can really fucking rap.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
may not be the content you think of, but he can
But
really
the
fucking rap,
Yeah, but the bars is there. But it's so what?
and he can make
What
a
you
song.
don't, but you can't want some. That's the thing about content. You can't want someone's content to be what it's not, which is why you're not gonna hear Wale talking drug rap. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Unless it's Adderall or something a drug that he did. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like I never sold dope, man. People don't know me for selling dope. Like, I was a college person, so it's like my content got to be relative to me, and that's what I respect about Tyler, because like I hate people that feel like they just gotta check the boxes. I hate box checkers, period.
yeah,
I hate that on my job and everything. So if you're like a rapper and you like, oh, let me talk about this, but you don't even really know anything about it, you end up sounding dumb in the end. So it's just like, be yourself, let your talent take form within who you are, and you'll be true to yourself at the end, and it will be better, and we'll respect you more for it. So it's like,
that takes me back to my point of, like, when we discussed Certified Lover Boy. I felt like it was another Drake product where you can almost match up song for song from other albums, where it was like, this was just trying to be similar to this, and like
I
you
can see
say,
that.
and
I
and
can see
check
that.
and check those boxes. Whereas, like, other albums that came out, to me, felt like,
But when you to
like
go, it's like you ain't really
it,
got.
but like I said, he's the unconquered king. So
Yeah. No.
he's the unconquered king when it comes to just, the mainstream, just sales and
Hmm.
just popularity and acclaim and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to me, like I said, so far, when it comes to the big dogs, Kendrick ain't dropped yet. But to me, J.
Yeah,
Cole still
man.
got it.
Kendrick. Are we gonna get on sports? Because I don't even want to start on Kendrick, man. I love Kendrick, but he's just like there's always one. There's always one every generation that does this, man. He's the
What
Andre
that
3K of
disappear?
this.
But see, I to me, I can't call him the Andre 3K because technically he go, like the album is still coming.
So he
We
says, bro.
man, nah, trust me, the album is coming. With Three Stacks, we know he just gonna jump on the verse. The verse may
No,
not have
that's the
shit to
later
do with
part.
what
I mean, earlier he gave us consistent work with Outkast and stuff. So it's like, but it
right, but
still is not a lot of. I mean, compared to other people, Kendrick doesn't have the same amount of work. Is his work great and spectacular for what he has? Yes, but it's like you just don't put. Just think about a Wayne when Wayne was the guy and
yeah,
the volume
absolutely.
of work that he put out when he was a guy. Now think about Kendrick's time and the volume of work that he put out. It's like you kind of you're almost cheating, bro. It's almost like Bud Crawford. That's why you're getting sick of Bud Crawford because like, bro, you got to fight somebody at this point, bro.
So I'll put it like this. Sometimes it's not necessarily all about longevity. Terrell Davis got in the Hall of Fame, and he had a short ass career, but his talent wasn't like you couldn't deny his talent.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
thought
true.
Barry Sanders retired prematurely, or sometimes you could just stick around long as shit like Adrian Peterson and just keep doing it. And yeah, you have the longevity, but sometimes the amount of projects doesn't necessarily determine your status of greatness. You get what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
fact. I
And so
100%
no,
agree
no,
with that.
I get you. I'm like, like I said, I'm like we will all like we discussed before. We'll sit up here and debate and be saying the same damn shit, but and so I think that's what we're doing. But I just kind of wanted to say that. So I think although Kendrick doesn't have the but I'm not saying I'm not saying should he have gotten in the Hall of Fame or not. But once again, like those numbers that he did at the time that he got in, it was like okay, he did what he did. So all I'm saying is it doesn't knock his
He'll
status.
always say that though. That's
No,
just
and
must be
because
funny to me.
but he'll also thinks like longevity, and I'm
No,
with Hill.
I'm for longevity, but
I'm
everybody's not gonna get in. It's not the end all be all category.
right, and like to me, if we just do it off of longevity, then yeah, I don't think Terrell Davis should get in the Hall of Fame either. But also to me, the Hall of Fame also is more than just longevity. It's also
Yeah,
about us like a story. Tell like
yeah.
can you
Those
can you
Broncos don't go back to back without
can,
TD, man.
yeah can you tell the story of this era
Hmm.
without this player?
For the
And I don't think
migraine alone, they put him in there. Hill,
and and that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can. And so is Steven Jackson a Hall of Famer? Like NBA?
bro. Well, how we switching sports?
I don't I don't
Are you
we,
talking about the
Oh, we must be talking about the
the
running
running
back.
back?
Hell no. So I don't think I don't think Steven Jackson is a Hall of Famer because I mean he
But
had
who the
moments, but
hell we was comparing something with?
we
We were
just
almost
about Kendrick. God damn it!
yeah
Look at the comments.
yeah.
But yeah, so let me get back. Let me get back onto it real quick before I guess we could transition. Um, I think Kendrick, to me, out of the top dogs of this generation, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. I guess even if we want to kind of go like a tier down with
Yeah,
like Big Sean and them,
yeah.
Kendrick has the greatest album out of all of them. To me, Good Kid, Mad City is like I
It's
think
up there.
I don't think I don't
It's
think anybody
definitely
has
one of the greatest albums of that era. The last 10 when the
shit.
album dropped.
I think that dropped. Good Kid, Mad City dropped 2013.
Yeah, so last 10 years. It's definitely one of the greatest albums last 10 years. I ain't gonna ever argue. I still play that joint. So I, I'm not mad about that at all. But I, as a fan, want more, and I consider
Oh, of
myself
course.
one of his core fans. So it's like back to the Wale thing. So it's like we nitpick with Wale. nitpick with Kendrick. Like, listen to your core fan, bro. Give us some more. That's all I'm asking for Kendrick. Like, dang, bro. Dang, like, come on. So that's it, man. I don't know who would, besides if you take Drake out, like, who's the undisputed king of the last 10 years?
Undisputed. I don't think. Does it have to be an undisputed though?
I don't know. I was just asking if there was, because that's pretty much been an undisputed king in a lot of eras of hip hop.
Has it though?
Yeah, maybe there's been a debate. There's been a debate,
So
but
you may
it's
you may be a lineal champ, but are you unified? I don't know if I don't know if you unified all the belts. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we can. I don't think we
it
can
might be the
necessarily.
closest to boxing, yo.
Yeah,
Rap might be the closest to boxing.
yeah. I don't know if we can say there's a just like a undisputed, unquestioned champ because if you say yeah Drake, but then you can be like yeah he got the sales, but do we really feel like I said his albums put him like the classics?
Yeah, yeah.
Do we feel like he has some classics that can put him up there outside of just saying oh but he sold the most? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, is that really? I mean, of course, you know when it comes to money, that's what it's about. But
He got some
when
classics.
when it comes
He
to
got more
legacy, is
classic
that it?
songs than albums.
Yeah, but to me, I don't judge by
Because back to
songs.
back is going. You see what I'm saying? That's
Right,
up there.
100%. But to me, personally, I just feel as if like I said, when you're on that level, I like to see how you put a project together.
No, I agree
Because
100%.
there's plenty of
And
people out
me
here who have like
personally,
songs that are
I don't
timeless.
I don't have him. He's not my number one. I
Yeah,
respect him as the top dog. I do. But me personally, uh, my number one is probably, and I don't know who it is, but it's somewhere in between Wale, Crit, and it's probably Big Crit. And I would say Dirk is probably for me, you know, but
yeah. I'm
and I would
probably there
probably
with
say Crit because Crit had all of his projects over the last 10 years have been solid. All of them, even when he was on trapped on Def Jam. But and Dirk went through that same Def Jam. Man, the newer Def Jam was horrible to artists, man.
trash. Um, Jarvis is asking where does Wiz rank in the rap game?
Man, Wiz is a
I
legend, and he's a legend in the rap game. He's almost like Snoop. He's a counterculture. He's his own. He's his
yeah,
own wave. He's a tidal wave, bro. And when he come through, he's like a Travis Scott. Like that countercultures. They have their own culture within the culture.
exactly. And like I said, I don't think Wiz is like some like I don't think you put Wiz like up there with like the some of like the lyrical like but that
But he
era
can
when
get nasty,
oh
bro.
100% like I'm like that era when it was Currency, Big Crit,
Yeah,
Wiz,
Jet Life.
Dom Kennedy,
Oh my gosh.
and they had BJ Chicago Kid
Hmm.
singing the hooks on all they shit and
Hmm.
Mac Miller, all of that. It was just like, man, that was a time like from
Yeah,
like I think it was like 2010 till
yeah,
about like 2014, 2015. I throw Smoke Dizza in there too.
yeah.
Like that type of just like smokers crew. Man, that shit
Hmm.
was something different.
Yeah,
And that shit was just like a
yeah.
great time in music. And
I be wishing Crit went back. He don't. He became more. I be just wishing he went ignorant like that sometimes because some of
yeah,
his ignorant verses was stupid,
hell yeah.
man.
And so like I just think that I think Wiz it's almost like we'll take it like Terrell Davis. Like you can't tell that story in hip hop without Wiz.
Yeah, you
Like
can.
you
You
like
can't, bro.
Cushion Orange Juice. Like come on, like
Bro,
that's
he
a
had
classic.
cultural stuff, black and
Like
yellow, all of
like
those
yeah,
things, like, bro,
those like that shit.
classics.
The like the what was
Cabin
that?
Fever.
I'm about
What?
to say Cabin Fever. Like he had some shit. So you can't tell that story without him. So I think
And if you ever been to a Wiz concert, that's one of the best things that you can ever do, man. You need to go to an
absolutely, man.
outdoor Wiz concert. Thank me later if you've never
If you
been.
don't smoke, you definitely wanna You definitely want to
Man,
go outdoors.
yeah.
Mark, if you haven't noticed, do you think I want to talk about football this weekend? Absolutely fucking not. So,
But you know what? I do want to talk about boxing.
okay,
There's a lot of boxing this weekend, and
Canelo
for
Plant this weekend too.
coming
But
up.
yeah, we're
But
gonna get
I
there.
want to say, like, man, 147 is getting scary, man. It's really getting scary because you have Virgil Ortiz, who is, I think, the WBC #1 ranked contender. You have Boots Ennis, who uh, beat Sergey, a couple
The
months
vignettes, yeah.
ago, and just destroyed his opponent in the first round this weekend. So you have all of those welterweights, and then you still have Bud Crawford, Sean Porter coming up. You still have Errol Spence, who's probably going to fight your Dennis Ugas coming up. And then you have Young Bucks, man. I was able to go and see Jaleel Major Hackett this weekend.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Young Phenom signed to Mayweather Promotions, which my former student, man, sat ringside and he did not disappoint.
Dismantled him.
He put on the show, man. And dude was popping trash at the weigh-in,
Oh
broke him
yeah.
down. And what I will say,
What NLE
bro,
Chopper say? Walk him
his,
down.
his left hook, man, his left body hook is something serious.
That
And he
body work.
literally told us that
When we interviewed him, yeah.
right here on the 3-man weave. And so for Hill, I don't know. I think I sent it to the group. You saw that he literally was rolling on the floor from a body shot. So that liver shot did this man in. But also another person that we had on the show, Jahad Tucker, signed the top rank. Also a young welterweight. Dismantled his opponent this weekend. So it's like
First round knockout, right?
first round
TKO.
knockout. So there were 3 welterweight first round knockouts with Boots, Jahad, and Jalil. And so, like I said, welterweights, far as the newbies, they doing their thing. The up and comers are doing their thing. The top contenders are doing their thing. And the people who are already the champs are doing their thing. We got Sean Porter and Bud Crawford coming up. But before that, we got Canelo and Plant this weekend. And I'm hearing that Canelo has guaranteed that he's gonna break this man's jaw. And I believe it, bro.
You won't get no pushback from me if Saul say it. Saul gonna do it. Cause who was it? Who was it last time? It wasn't Billy Joe Saunders, was it?
It was Billy Joe Saunders.
Broke that man eye. Had that man eye hanging out, just out of his face, just boom, like that, just off that uppercut. Fucked his whole shit up. Just
broke it, man. You see the way he be hitting that heavy bag?
Bro, that like bone, like those face bones ain't as hard as that heavy bag.
They're not,
So
bro.
if he catch you flush in the face, oh man, you going night, baby. So all I'm gonna say is
when's the last time we seen
Plant? I like Plant.
I do like Plant.
I've never seen Canelo come into the fight this angry. Never.
And when's the last time we've seen power like this from a boxer?
I will say maybe at Kovalev's peak, but he's not the boxer that Canelo is.
And that's what that was going to be my second question is when's the last time we seen power like this in a boxer?
Because I mean, all things considered, you have to look at the classes as well and like the knockouts and stuff like that. So at one point in time, I don't know if the pure power was there, but you had some smaller guys who have high knockout percentages. But then you also got to look at you may say Deontay Wilder, but he's also fighting at 220.
Yeah, that's knockout territory anyway.
But that's what they do up there. They hit. So Canelo is like that in between where it's just like he can go up and his power translate, but also it's like how Manny Pacquiao was the 8 division world champ? Or was it 9? Yeah. But he can fluctuate through those rankings and that power translate. Just like when I think it was Canelo went up and fought Kovalev and worked him and gave him the blues.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, I know Spence, he talks about like like when he was kind of like at that peak before the accident, he was saying Canelo's name. But I don't think he really wanted that problem because Canelo's just different.
I
And
think that's just a money grab.
100% it was a money grab, but
Spence will have to work on his defense because that's another thing.
Canelo
You have to be able
bigger,
to hit. You have
exactly.
to be able to hit.
Canelo has fought you a big welterweight. Canelo's fighting guys bigger than you. So yeah, like you walking like when he fought Mikey Garcia's. He's walking through Mikey Garcia's punches. And Mikey Garcia couldn't do shit with him. And then he just beat the brakes off of Mikey Garcia, who is a great boxer. But that's like giving Mikey Garcia Canelo's power, Canelo's size.
Yeah.
So he got the advantage. So now Errol is gonna be the Mikey Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see Jarvis say James Toney, but once again, we talking about when you go like this is where that pound for pound stuff come in. Pound for pound is different because he's out there. He was like 156, 165, all that, and what he's doing is just ridiculous. Yeah, you got some heavyweights that are 200 pounds, but they not in shape like Canelo. They can't move like Canelo. They can't box like Canelo.
The defense is crazy, bro. The
hand
patience,
speed, all of that.
The patience to stay with the jab, the willingness to be able to turn it up. He literally basically did like this in a Billy Joe Saunders fight and then unleashed an uppercut and broke his face. So he basically told like, I'm finna turn up on him. Like we really had, and AJ said Kovalev, but it was like I was thinking Tyson, bro. Tyson's one of the last people who could box, and I'm talking about before. I'm talking custom model Tyson before like the world got their hooks into him. He was like the last person who could box and just have crazy power like that. Like I really am afraid when Canelo catches opponent's flush, bro.
And Jarvis keeps saying Gamboa, but the reason why I can't put Gamboa in there is because Gamboa, he let a lot of people finish fights. Even when he was in his prime, he let a lot of people finish fights. So you look at like what happened. Yeah, he caught that TKO from Bud Crawford back like I think that was like 6-7 years ago. But then after that loss, it almost like sent him on a downward trajectory. Yeah. And he doesn't even like he barely is like cracked over 50% knockout rating. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I can put him up there because yeah, he may have power in both hands, which is a good thing, but I don't think that power translates into the ring like someone like Canelo or someone like Manny Pacquiao or somebody like that in those lower divisions, because you look at the lot like I say Canelo, some of those fights he had a heart and he just let people finish too. Yeah. Because I think it was Callum Smith. Like, man, he could have really did Callum Smith some damage. Danny Jacobs, I mean, that was tough.
Danny Jacobs was one of the better, probably fought Canelo better than he hurt Canelo.
Exactly. Remember,
I
think
no one else has hurt him.
Yeah, and I think I like that Danny Jacobs when he fought how did I forget him? Gennady Golovkin. Yeah, like when Danny we talk Jacobs about power,
a good fighter, man. Yeah, I like Danny Jacobs, man.
When we talk about power, also we gotta throw Gennady Golovkin in there too, because he was feared. He was fucking some boys up.
Darrell got some power too, man.
Poor Kell Brook. Kell Brook should have never been in the ring. Yeah. When we talk about breaking faces, Kell Brook should have never been in that ring with goddamn Gennady Golovkin.
Said Manny was on that juice. Manny wasn't on no juice, man.
Yeah, man. That Floyd was feeding y'all that, and y'all bought that.
They was just trying to make it a super fight. That was the strategy back then. That was the play. But string it out as long as you could to generate the buzz. This is before like social media and stuff had took off as far as the number one platform to promote stuff. So it's like had to create those stories through media, real media entities back then. Exactly. Clickbait. So it was like had to have a story. Had to have a story, man. But what else in sports, man? What else? Your Bengals did take a big L, man.
Yeah, we took an L. That once again, a lot of that is, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of it, but that game plan was trash. It was a terrible game plan. Y'all know last year I wanted Lou Anarumo fired. I wanted him fired last year, and this is probably the worst game he's ever coached like with the Bengals. The
y'all,
game
y'all,
the game plan was terrible.
y'all slept on the Jets, bro.
Bro, he rushed forward and just sent everybody, like
You
sat
overlooked
everybody back in deep zone.
classic trap game, and you fell for it.
But here's my thing: it shouldn't have been a classic trap game
It
because it ain't
should
like
not have been.
we've already played the Lions. The
Yeah.
Lions was a trap game. So
Yeah.
and remember that Lions game was close up until about
But they
halftime.
was thinking just like you. It was like we done already had our trap game.
No, it could be more than one trap.
I know.
It could be more than one trap. You just don't walk in a minefield and say, "Oh shit, that mine almost got me," and that be the
I'm
end of
good
it.
now.
Like,
I'm good
no,
now,
you're not
baby.
good. Like, it's still a whole bunch of shit that can blow you up at this motherfucker. And I think it was a terrible game plan. They were sleepy. They came out slow.
Yeah.
And it's almost like in those games, man, when you come out sleepy, it's hard to turn shit up, man. Like
Yeah.
you can't just go and like, all right, we gonna just go blow them out by 40. Let's play some prevent defense and
Yeah.
and get up out of here. Cause
that prevent defense don't work. You can't do that, man.
bro, the motherfucker Mike White had one pass that went past 12 yards. Like they were just catching shit underneath and making you make
Cooking
tackles
up.
in the open field.
And it's hard. It's hard to tackle them open field.
It's hard. Like I don't care how shitty the team is.
Open field. Great equalizer.
If you are a professional, you can make somebody miss in open field. And because I got the whole field, you gotta guess where I'm going, and that's literally just what happened.
I got speed and angles, bro. So it's like,
and it was just sad to see where it's just like you're not putting no pressure. I think we sent maybe one or two blitzes, and then we ended up missing. Like we led the league in missed tackles this week because we trying to tackle everybody in open field. He's just dumping it off, and it's just taking these short plays, and everybody just getting long.
Yeah.
And what I'm mad about is, yeah, okay, you know what? Make the guy who's never started a game, beat you. But to me, by doing that,
y'all need to coach 30, man.
Right? Like we got guys just sitting here pissing down their leg because they don't want to make a play. And my thing is, okay, if you want to start off the game like that and say, okay, we just gonna make them beat us underneath and dink and dunk, and then when the shit start working, hey, bro, let's put some hands on people. Let's press some people at the line and let's send some pressure. Because what I was telling Hill at the end of the day, bro, if you have to play off and you can't get physical because you scared that Denzel Mims and Elijah Moore are gonna beat you, they're gonna beat your corners one-on-one, you deserve to lose that game anyway.
You already lost if that's your mindset. So
like, bro, put some pressure on them, make them guys cover one-on-one and make him go through his progressions. And they didn't do that because what he would do is he would just take a drop back. And next thing you know, all right, I'm gonna just dump it off because my running back ain't got nobody within 7 yards.
And thank God, because I needed that running back to go off, boy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough game to watch. The sad part is, I was like,
it wasn't rougher. It wasn't rougher than Broncos, Washington. So
bro, it's the Jets.
Don't feel bad.
It was rough.
It's Washington.
I know
it was rough.
Let me ask you this: Did you expect to win that game when you watched it?
No,
that's my point. And I told him because Hill was like, "Oh man, like y'all good." I kept telling him, "I'm like, bro, we gonna fuck around and lose this game because we are going to look past them this game. I don't trust this game plan that they putting out." And what happened? Game plan happened. I'm like, yeah, it's over.
But shout out to the Cowboys, though. Shout out to the Cowboys for being able to have a backup quarterback and still get it done, man.
That's how you do it.
That's all I want from my team is people that can just do their damn job. The backup came in doing this damn job. Like I'm like, this dude might come here and start. You feel me? But Oh, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, so I just feel as if, the Cowboys are in a good spot because they have a collective team, man, and it just looks good. Um, so I'm happy for them. And before I talk about, I move on, what I do want to say is a lot of people have kind of tried to like clown me and like, oh, y'all lost to the Jets. To be quite honest, although we lost to the Jets, I'm not mad in a sense because yeah, I would have liked to win that game, but also before the season, if you'd have said, "Hey, 8 games in, y'all gonna be 5-3," I'd have took that. I don't care who we lost to.
exactly. So it is what it is, bro.
So I'm like, I'm cool. I think we still
You
going
could
going
be
to win some
two.
games.
You can be two and whatever.
Oh,
So
100%. We
hey,
don't.
I would trade places with y'all in a heartbeat. I
Oh,
would take that Jets loss in a heartbeat
you
for
feel what
that
I'm
five and
saying?
three
Like
record.
to say that we was going before the season, if you said we was going to lose to the Jets, I bet you people would have been like, yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of the Saints, oh man, we had some injuries this week. So we lost Jameis for the season, and we lost somebody else. We lost J.J. Watt last week, and we lost somebody
Packer,
else this week.
Packers lost Robert Tanyan.
We lost, yeah,
Derrick Henry out for the
Derrick
season.
Henry out for the season, and then also Von Miller is on the move.
Yeah, Von Miller's definitely on the move. Um, I
What
feel
you think
bad.
about this trade?
Oh, let me just talk about Jameis real quick, man.
Go ahead, get your Jameis off, man.
I really feel bad for Jameis because man, Jameis, this was the opportunity. He looked completely bought in.
Yeah,
Everybody was saying that if he can't do it in New Orleans, he can't do it anywhere.
yeah,
And he said, how good Sean Payton was for his career and all the things that he's learned, and just to see him go down like that, man, it hurts because as you see, I got the Florida State hoodie on, so I'm a big Florida State fan. But the numbers he was putting up, like
putting up good numbers, man.
14 touchdowns, three
Yeah,
picks.
yeah.
He like Jameis,
LASIK.
Jameis, like I said, Jameis
Yeah,
he got that LASIK. He was taking care of the ball. He
yeah.
may not have had the best completion percentage on the season, but he was basically almost at 60%.
But
So
that play, man, I'm like, Jameis, nah, you should have just gotten rid of it, bro. You tried to hold on too long, bro, and you
and
trying to throw while taking a hit, bro.
And like I said before, I've said this before about Burrows. Sometimes it's hard to take a playmaker out of a player. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
You
facts.
and you don't want to reel them in too much, where it's just like now they're become like you make them be too conservative. Like Jameis, we all knew Jameis could turn the ball over when he was coming out of college, but we also knew Jameis could make that throw. He could go out and have the talent to win you a game because sometimes he's gonna take chances, and
Hmm.
you need that sometimes because scary money don't make money. So yeah, sometimes it's gonna burn you in the ass, but you have to be smart enough to know, okay, the odds are in my favor when
Yeah,
it comes to taking this chance. And I think that's
yeah,
where Jameis was. Jameis was like, okay, I can still be a gunslinger, but also I have the check down.
yeah,
Like Jameis was like, I got Alvin Kamara.
yeah,
I got a defense.
yeah.
If I protect the ball, we got a chance.
You got a chance,
And
man.
in a division with the Buccaneers, they were neck and neck. They
Yeah,
like they were staying afloat.
yeah.
They would be a scary wild card team, and wouldn't nobody want to play them when it came to that defense and the offense, like the offensive weapons that they had. And I don't know if they are. I don't know if that had they had been on that trajectory. I don't know if Michael Thomas, what he would have decided to do, but he's getting close to where he is going to be healthy enough to come back.
I'm done with
So
Michael Thomas,
so
bro.
you add him in there, who knows what can happen. But man, I just hate to see it. And I also
Yeah,
hate to see it for Derrick Henry too, because
yeah,
he
man.
was about to do something that we had never seen before. I
Hmm.
think Derrick Henry might go he might go 3 more weeks before anybody eclipses him as the rushing leader. He might make it some more weeks before anybody get more carries than he had. He,
Boy's a
he
flat
might
out
st- he might still finish in the top.
throwback.
He might finish in the top 15 of rushing
Hmm.
still,
Hmm.
and only played the week 8.
I only played the week 8, bro. Boy, a
So
flat out beast. Hopefully he can make a
a
full
full
recovery from
recovery.
that, and he don't have any issues going forward. So But I saw one of these comments in here say Henry and then Ruggs gone for life. Um,
Yeah, man.
by now, everybody's heard the tragic news that allegedly, well, we know that Henry Ruggs was the driver in a fatal car crash early this morning. Allegedly, he was intoxicated and driving at the same time. Um, just condolences to everybody in there. But what I did want to say to people about this situation is, listen, man, do not drink and drive. It happens just like that. And don't even text and drive. Like,
Hmm.
it's very, very dangerous. Like, automobiles are traveling very fast. They're very heavy. They will take your life or somebody else's life like that. People, we gotta stop taking it for granted. To my famous people, I know we ain't blown up yet. We ain't famous, but if you're famous and you do hear this, like, y'all have the resources. Like, stop drinking and driving. Like, just get a driver. Pay your homeboy who, instead of him being a hanger on and always asking you for money, give him a salary. Bro, get up 6 a.m. Take me to practice. Pick me up from practice. Take me to happy hour. Take me to the club afterwards. You gonna work for this bread? You always
And
ask me
you
for
can
bread,
hang with me, like you
and we
still
gonna be
hang. You like
together now.
you
You
still
just can't
hanging with
drink.
me. You just
Yeah,
you just
you just
can't
can't
drink.
drink.
And if your man's want to, if like if your man's want to drink, hey, okay, we'll get a driver. It don't like we'll get a driver for the
Yeah,
night.
we'll get a driver for the night, but be
And
responsible with it.
but also this is one of the things that I was afraid of when they put a team in Vegas.
All of that distraction, bro.
It's a like Vegas is a constant party.
It's
Vegas is
constant,
something
and
that's gonna
liquor don't even cost at a lot of places in Vegas, bro. If
because
you just play the slot, they bring you a drink for free.
because I mean Ruggs is a highly touted rookie, number one draft pick. I'm sure people know his face in the
Hmm.
places that he's going. So I'm sure
Not paying for
people.
nothing.
I mean, even if not, he still has the money to get
Hmm.
what he wants and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And when you start spending money in Vegas, people take notice.
Yep.
And he plays for Vegas, so he's there. He's probably there constantly. And so for it to happen on a, a Tuesday morning,
Yeah. That's
you
what I
know,
was thinking. I was like, you was getting lit last night. Should have been
and
at home, bro.
quite honestly, even if he wasn't like pissy drunk or extremely lit, it's a little bit too much for like it impaired you enough.
Yeah.
So it impaired you enough, and at the end of the day, it's just it's something tragic. And like we say, man, you have to make better decisions with the position that you have, because the decisions that you have affect you. And also, man,
The people that you're
I, I
taking care of.
I'm sure I was about to say that. I'm sure he's not just in this alone. I'm sure
He's
once he
probably
made it to this position,
he's probably the
he's the breadwinner
breadwinner.
of the family. Like this, like we was talking about in rap. This is like he's accessed generational wealth. He's
Yeah.
unlocked it.
He's unlocked it and about to
Even even
burn
if
it
even,
all up.
even if he was a bust, he would still make it through this round one rookie, like a first rounder rookie contract. That in itself is generational wealth.
Which is why I hope he wasn't intoxicated. Because they would, it's one is just alleged, and they were saying that he showed signs of it. But it's like if you were in a major car crash, you probably would appear to be intoxicated too. So it's like
Oh
I
yeah,
just hope it wasn't bottles and stuff like that in the car. And I hope that he really wasn't drinking, that is an honest accident, so that he can go on with his career.
yeah, one hundred
Um,
percent. And so like, who knows? Fingers crossed,
yeah.
and condolences to the life
Yeah,
lost, and,
absolutely.
and the family
Absolutely.
and the family of that person. So you know, it's tough. We hate to see it, and I- it's just quite unfortunate. Um,
Yeah.
I was about to say something else. Also, man, when we talk about unfortunate, I know this was a little bit off track, and kind of it might take us back, and we've deviated from sports a lot this episode. But man, hey, you rappers, man, stay the fuck away from Rolling Loud.
Please, man.
Cause it's like it's every year.
It's ops waiting on y'all.
And it's just like, man, it's almost like the every single every single year at every single location, somebody gets busted for something.
They're
I
waiting on
big
y'all. But y'all
big
are
or small.
advertising everything. So it's like you're going on your stories, you're going live, you're posting where you're at, and so you're showing what you have. So you're an easy target, bro. When we were coming up, there's no way we would have knew where Puffy and Mace were. You feel me?
Hmm.
We would have never been able to have their location, bro. Like, so it's like they would have never posted that. So it's like
But then
it's a
also,
different time, but you still have to, you got to move responsibly. There are
absolutely.
people preying on your downfall at every turn. You are a walking bag. So if I can get you for anything, if I can sue you, if I can get you on violations, if I can, whatever, you're cash cow. So if you're loafing and doing wild stuff, and you're advertising it, bro, you're making yourself a hot ticket. So,
But then
like you
but then
said,
but then
if you're gonna
also,
go to Road Loud, go there, take care of business, get your money, and get out of there. It's
but
possible, bro.
but also, this is one of the another downfall to this is that's something that the record labels they like and something that they like to push. They like
Yeah,
to push that lifestyle. Like, oh, go ahead, flash
yeah,
your
no,
money,
they
do
do.
all that.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
love that
that's
here.
facts.
We'll even give you money to flash and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And then you get addicted to it. You get addicted to
Yeah,
that attention.
yeah,
And then next thing you know, you're a target and you don't even know it. And the people who are supposed to, to pay you, it's almost just like they're like you're a short term investment because they know
facts.
they can get another one of you,
Yeah,
and that's another thing where it comes about, keeping your creative, like your creativity, and not allowing them
hmm
to move you, because
hmm
it's just like, think of it like college sports. When you mess up or something, it's like, all right, cool, we gonna get another one of you. You're
yeah,
not like weak, like you can be replaced. You have to
hmm
do something. You have to
and
bring
you weren't
something to the table.
compensated accordingly during your time. So it's like you
Exactly.
have
So
nothing to show for it.
you have to get your money, but also make them like see you as an irreplaceable commodity. And
Yeah,
if they don't do such, then you have, like, you in the wrong spot.
yeah.
Because if they feel like they can replace your creativity, how creative are you? Because, like, I don't see some of the other upper echelon artists just get moved
But
that
that's what,
easy.
like you said, you can't, if you fall for the trap and start doing the things that they say, start flashing the money that they want you to flash and start acting like, then you're not creative and you are replaceable because you're a clone. We made you at that point. So it's like, if you're one of the persons say, no, I'm going to fight for my independence, I'm going to fight for my creativity. You want me, you're going to be signing me and you're going to be getting me authentically. And they'll realize you're not replaceable. You see what I'm saying? And they'll treat you as such. Cam had a bar. We always say it's a bar for everything. He said 55-55 expellable. If you
Hmm.
nice, they make sure that you eligible. And it just goes to show, like, bro, if you don't market yourself as a dime a dozen rapper,
Yeah,
you won't be a dime a dozen rapper. But if you do market yourself as that, then you'll be just that. So, wake up out there, man.
absolutely.
Wake up.
So, um, oh, I'm trying to think of what else. This has just been a good talk.
Hmm. Big episode 129 on y'all, man.
You know it.
We grinding.
Shout
The
out to Hill,
grind
man. We
grind
still
don't stop.
we still see you, Hill, man. Hill out there, making it
Dads do
happen.
it too, man.
Dad's out there doing it too, man. Baby Dallas. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't know if I don't know if we said his name. I'm sorry. I didn't.
You didn't
But
ask for, you didn't ask permission.
I know. So I apologize if you was keeping that. But congratulations again. We're
Yeah.
proud of you. Speaking of Ken, what do y'all think about Alpo getting popped?
Hey,
Just a
man.
little bit too long. But
And what goes around
it
comes
comes
around,
around.
unfortunately, man.
I don't. You won't hear no sympathy for
There,
me because
none, not one, bro.
he was a serial killer,
Yeah,
and he
facts.
and he killed this
And
man.
you
And
bragged about telling on people. You know
right,
what
you
I
killed,
mean?
you was a serial killer. Then you killed what was supposed to be your man out of greed, and then you snitched. I have no respect for you, and so yeah, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
good riddance, bro. You know that's all I got for you.
yeah.
Like I Like I said,
I 100%
I'm
agree
surprised.
with you.
I'm surprised it took that long. To be quite honest. So 6ix9ine,
Hey,
I hope you watching.
because I mean, he was in witness protection. You finally you want to get loose with it,
Yeah, and he got cocky, and
yeah,
that's what
you
happens, and
got
that's what
loose
you
with it,
deserve.
and you should have stayed
Streets
in
ain't got
what you should
streets
have
ain't got
stayed
no
in witness
time limit, bro.
protection, bro.
Like unfortunately, like I got because I said this about Nick, but just because you change your life around
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
necessarily mean that people are over what you have done to them in the
yeah,
past. And I'm not
yeah.
saying Nip
And
had
Nip
did
was a
anything
street
like
guy.
Alpo.
You did stuff
So,
out there, Nip.
but Nip may have robbed some people. He may have
Yeah,
been, shootouts with people, and
uh,
there was gang violence and
yeah.
stuff like that.
And he
Also,
knew Eric Holder personally.
exactly. So it's just like it. Just because you changed your life, don't mean others around you have, and just because
I
you
don't
have
have to
got
accept your change.
exactly, and just because you quote unquote got out of the game, don't mean people got to let you out. Because half
Facts.
the time, that's when a lot of these drug kingpins and stuff get got when they feel like, all right, I didn't got my number and I'm ready to get out the game.
Yeah.
That's when they get caught because that's when they get lax.
Speaking of that, episode 130, we talking BMF, man.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah, go ahead and
So,
catch up. That's why I say episode 130.
all right,
We're
back.
gonna talk BMF, man. It's time.
Free Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
episode 129, man. Make sure that you follow us on three man weave _ Instagram, Twitter. Join
Yes,
that
sir.
Facebook group. Search Facebook group on Facebook. If you happen to see this or you see a clip somewhere and you ain't subscribed to our YouTube, or if you're watching right now
Subscribe to the
and you're not
joint, man.
subscribed, make sure you subscribe
Come
and hit
on,
that bell
B.
icon so you can
People
keep up
subscribe
with
every day, B.
people subscribe every day, B. You watch, right? Get you a blanket, some soup.
You feel me?
uh, hey man, if y'all got any questions or anything that you want to see us talk about on the pod, we open. Email
Yeah,
us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com.
yeah,
Hit us up in the Facebook group. DM us on our social media platforms and let us know, like, hey, what do y'all think about this,
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. And real quick, Mark, for the early NBA MVP, this ain't like the NFL. It's only a couple games in. I think it's about people be like, I
Yeah,
think
I
we like
need more
5, 6
time.
games in.
Yeah, I need more
I need
time, bro.
more time to really, because you might mess around and
I
say, I
need
could say,
15,
bro, I
15,
could
20 games, man.
Zach Levine, my early MVP right now. If you look at it or some shit like that, you get what I'm saying. I need to see some some more games
Zach
and
ain't
and
gonna be there at the end, man. He
and
might be, but he ain't gonna be there.
as Rose says, I need guys to start regressing to the mean
To the mean,
of
whatever
who
the hell that is, man.
you know what I'm saying. So we gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. That's
Yeah, man.
Cannon. I'm AJ for Hill. We're the 3-man weave, baby, and we
And
out.
we out.